Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all of these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked? This thing in. Thank you, everybody, for being here on this beautiful, fun Friday, kicking off like the summer, the month of June. Not quite summer, but New Jersey, it's summer already. Gina, who is here with us today?
We have an incredible group. Mr. Paul Cremona. He has a law firm focused on personal injury litigation, ambassador for iBoomerang Network Marketing Company, focusing on savings of different kinds of areas like travel, billing, investment, and he's an ambassador for Savvy, a women's-led network marketing clothing company. He's doing all kinds of things. He's like a single dad of 3 girls who's ready to scale and grow. So Paul Cremona, welcome to The Real Raw.
Paul, Mike, Brady, Cremona, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. And what is your fun fact, Paul?
You just said it. I raised 3 kids, a single parent, 2 girls and 1 boy, actually, while having a law firm for the last 12 years.
Congratulations. And how old are the children now?
20, 18, and 14. I have 1 left at home.
Well, congratulations, Paul.
Thank you.
Coming off my daughter's prom last evening. So present to teens, early 20-somethings. My son is literally in our beach house upstairs with like 6 of his friends. So I am in a similar age bracket, my friends, and congratulations on making it to that point as an awesome dad.
Thank you. So go on left. So one more prom.
Enjoy. Well, thank you, Paul. Who's all Paul, Gina?
All right, Sean
G-Money
coming to us.
G-Money.
Sean! Oh, we got another Sean. We got another Sean today coming to us from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Held Series 7 and 66 securities licenses. Managed daily cash movement of $4 to $40 billion for Citigroup. Exited the corporate world in 2012. Has been a free-range human ever since. I love that, Sean Poe. Welcome to The Real Raw.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Sean. How are you?
Excellent. How are you doing, Sean?
Doing well. Doing well. Thank you for being here today.
Yes. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
What's your fun fact?
So I have lived in some of the least populated places in North America. I was born in the Yukon Territory, lived in Northern Alaska, lived in Wyoming, and now reside in South Dakota. So lots of places you've probably never met people from.
That's extraordinary. So let's go one more time. South Dakota, you said Wyoming?
Wyoming. I was born in the Yukon Territory in Canada and lived in Northern Alaska as well.
Yeah. It was like an Abbott and Costello episode, the famous comedy team from the days of black and white television that had an episode from the Yukon.
Oh, nice.
Quite fun and interesting. You might enjoy that on Netflix or something because it's many satirization moments of what's happened up there. So,
Love it.
yeah, thank you for being here and really appreciate you, Sean.
Appreciate you as well.
Awesome. Gina, we got Paul, we got Sean, and we have some judges.
We have Mr. Louis Schwartz, consumer law attorney, car repossessions, contractor work gone bad, insurance benefits. Welcome, Louis Schwartz, to The Real Raw.
Hello, how are you? How is everyone?
Louis, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Doing well.
So you are interested in the world of lemons. Is that fair?
Sure. In terms of automobiles, yes. We do a lot of that. We do a lot of bad cars. Yes.
Interesting. So what should we know about getting a car? What would you advise us, Louis?
Probably, you want to get it checked out on your own. You don't want to rely upon what anybody else tells you. So you want to get your own inspector there to really look at it and get underneath it and take a look and just make sure it's not rusted out and all that other good stuff isn't there.
Excellent. And what is your fun fact?
Probably to have a really nice steak dinner. I mean, that's probably my fun fact, with my family and friends, to really like a 5-star restaurant. I mean, that's really what I love. I mean, that's probably my fun fact.
Nice. And what's your favorite steakhouse?
Here in Philly, we got quite a few. We have this entrepreneur, this guy by the name of Steven Starr. He's also in New York. He owns a bunch of restaurants. So one of his restaurants is called Butcher and Singer. That's really my favorite steakhouse in Philadelphia.
Very cool. Well, thank you, Louis, for sharing and for being here today.
Thank you.
Gina, Louis, and who are going to be judging Sean and Paul today?
All right, coming from the, actually not the left coast anymore, now from Puerto Rico, this gentleman knew Tony Robbins when he was 17, worked with him at Jim Rohn Productions, what it was called then. He's a speaker and influence of the president of Success Magazine, Success Enterprises. Success.com has all kinds of success, speaking globally for all kinds of companies, just doing extraordinary things in the world. Welcome, Don Hobbs, to The Real Raw.
Thanks, Gina. That was quite an intro.
Don, how are you? Welcome.
Doing great, Sean. Nice to see you.
All right. So the stories I hear from Tony are that he may have been a little bit assertive and aggressive as like a teen and early 20-something. What is your recollection, my friend?
Absolutely. In fact, he had the highest refund rate of anybody because he would close them with his massive body and these massive hands, as you know, and they'd buy and then, no, I'm not going to buy after all. So he had, it was a lot of fun. We started when I was 18, he was 17. So we kind of battled it out for a long time in sales and had a great time together until he left to go do some stuff. And I became president of Jim's company. So we knew each other for a few years. Of course, we're still friends. We're still close.
Awesome. Bella Verita, I think I just heard Don say that he was a better salesperson than Tony Robbins. Did you?
I absolutely did say that. let's start a war. Let's start something. Huh? You heard it here first.
Let's start trouble.
Don, that was a nice stirring of the pot.
Yeah, he does that. He stirs a lot of pots.
Exactly.
But at least I'm not smoking any Bella Verita. That's true. Yes.
Yes, you're not smoking. Only one of us is doing that.
That's awesome.
So yeah, Don, I really appreciate being here. And aside, so actually, let me ask this: I've heard so many, and of course, I've heard Jim Rohn speak many times. Never saw, I had the privilege to see him in person. Seemed like just such an amazing human being. What's kind of the insider's guide to Jim Rohn?
He was very unique. If you haven't followed his work, he's easy to find. He's easy. Everybody quotes him. He was a philosopher. And, I'd get out of a meeting with him. I go like, who thinks like that? Who, the stuff he would write, the journals, notes that he would make. It was just an amazing time. And I recognized when I met him at 18 that I was sitting at the foot of a master. I didn't know how that would turn out. I didn't know where it was going to go exactly, but it was clear to me that he was, incredible with his communication skills. There were so many stories I could tell you, Sean, about days that I was just in awe of how he captured an audience, what he did with audiences. But the stuff that was in his journals was just rich, and it was always so identifiable, and you could relate to it, so relatable, and yet such wisdom. So he was a real deal. He became like a father figure to me. I found him at a right time in my life, and my dad was never present, so Ron became that for me. And so I really felt close to him. But I loved traveling with him. I loved being in his world because I always felt like I was around special times in a special place.
Well, thank you for that. And if I could ask, how did you find your way to the world of personal development at such a young age?
You know what? My mom called me one night and said, "Hey, I just saw this guy, and he was amazing." And she said, "He reminds me of you," which I always laugh at the phrase because it was such a reversal of, he was an adult and I was 18, but it was one of those things where she just was taken by him. And I went to go see him do a program. In that time, California, he was doing 10 seminars a year, or 10 seminars a month with 1,000 people in each one. And I was there in Costa Mesa with him and saw him, and just was, didn't want to be there on a Saturday night, as no 18-year-old would want to be. And then very quickly went, OMG. I don't think I said those words, but it was something like that. It was the 70s version of OMG. And walked up to him and introduced myself, and it just began to build a relationship.
Awesome. Well, Don, again, thank you so much for being here today.
Of course. Thanks for having me on, Sean. I hear such great things. And we had a chance to meet before through our friend, Tony Rodriguez. So we have a lot of Tonys in our world together.
We do. A lot of TRs, right? So thank you very much. Thank you, Don. Gina, we have all kinds of awesomeness happening today. So who else do we have here?
Yes, we do. Coming from Denver, Colorado, Ashi Kishmu is a real estate rock star, a broker in Denver. As I said, people are her passion. She was born to serve others, and traveling is her favorite thing ever. Welcome, Ashley, to The Real Raw.
Hey, Ashley.
Hi, guys. So it's Ashi. Yes, it's Ashi. Nice to meet everyone, and thanks for having me. It's kind of hard to follow some really amazing people. I mean, I feel like I'm just kind of starting out on my journey. So I'm really grateful to be here. And I don't know. My fun fact is I was born in Scotland, actually. And I live in Denver now. So I've lived in Denver 21 years.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I was born in Scotland, and I'm Pakistani of ethnic origin. So a lot of different cultures there.
Yeah. Well, we have two things in common. Well, one, and they're both related to Scotland, is that I am named after Sean Connery. So I am one of your countrymen. My dad was a big James Bond fan. And second, my heritage comes from Irish folk that were in Scotland. So there is a phrase that my grandmother would say that I didn't even think existed and meant anything, but it actually does, Scotch Irish, because there was a pocket in Scotland of Irish folk, and they would call them Scotch Irish. So I had a different origin than being from Scotland or being Scottish, and had that. So welcome to being here. Welcome today, Ashi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Gina.
Rolling with Ashi and the other judges, we have Roger Hernandez, also coming from Colorado, another real estate rock star, commercial broker, carries 13 managing broker licenses across the company, negotiating over $57 million of commercial leasing and training hundreds of commercial real estate agents, Sean. He's also served as board director for the Colorado Springs chapter of the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. Welcome, Roger Hernandez, to The Real Raw.
Hey, Roger, how are you?
Good. Thank you, Gina, for the intro. Sean, nice to meet you. It's great to be here.
Yeah, great to have you here, Roger. And what's your fun fact?
Father of 4, daughter 3 boys, married 28 years. And I love mountain biking, these beautiful mountains we have up here in Colorado.
Beautiful. What mountain do you live closest to?
Mount Herman. which is down from Pikes Peak.
Beautiful. Well, Roger, thank you for being here today. And you ready to have some fun?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, because the influence sorceress, Roger, and everybody is always ready to have fun. She started selling crafts on her front lawn as an 8-year-old tot. She progressed to being a 7-figure earner in the space of network marketing, just leaving her teens. And then she became the number 1, not number 2 or 3, business broker in the state of Nevada, and is now the chief sales influence queen, chief cook and bottle washer of Align Sales and Talent, and the co-host, of course, the Raw. It is Fun Friday, Bella Verita. How are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic, Sean. I am looking forward to some fun here in a couple of hours.
Bella, is your brain fried from today?
My brain is definitely fried. It feels like scrambled eggs.
Yes, Bella has been cranking out, making magic happen, and climbing to the top of a mountain, Bella, could have its moments, eh?
And, you know, in the commercials, they always make it look like super easy, like to go up the mountain. There's like guides and stuff. They make it look super easy in the movies.
Yes, they absolutely do. But we're going to have some fun today.
Of course we're going to have, I'm going to have some fun. It's always questionable for you, but I'm going to have some fun.
And what is your fun fact for today?
My fun fact, I don't know what this says about me, Sean, but the thing that I am most excited about in my life right now is our new applicant tracking system and like all the bells and whistles and this like new software that we're using. Like I cannot wait to spend my weekend like actually diving into all the things that this thing does. There may or may not be some cannabis involved, but that'll be a different story for a different day.
You are not truly one of a kind. So amazing. Love you, Bella. Gina, love you as well. You are extraordinary, and we're going to say thank you from the multiverse and appreciate you to no end.
Well, thank you. Nice meeting all of you. Have fun ride here, exploring the impact of integrity-based human influence. I hope to see you all again soon. Ciao for now.
Bye, Gina.
Bye, Gina.
Bye, Gina. So
thank you.
Dawn or Paul, Bella, who's it going to be to go first?
Ooh, it should be Paul.
All right, Paul, are you up for this?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. That was going to be anybody you wanted to be. This is all about integrous influence because everything, I mean everything, begins after yes. In our marketing, in our selling, in our leadership, in our recruiting, in our management, in our raising money for a nonprofit, for a for-profit, whatever it is, it all begins after yes. And of course, it's yes with integrity. So, Paul, what's a yes that matters to you in the world? And therefore, who would you want Bella to be? She can be herself, an ideal client, anybody you want her to be. Paul, what say you, brother?
She should be a rainmaker, trying to get to the rainmaking branch of a big law firm in New York City.
All right, Bella, you want to generate some business.
Yes.
A lawyer that wants to generate some business and make it up the food chain. Are you ready?
I don't understand because I'm not seeking the yes. So why would I be trying to go into a lawyer's office trying to get business? I don't understand how that's going.
Who's seeking the yes? You are or I am?
No, you are.
You are.
Okay. So then it should be the other way around. She should be the partner at the big law firm.
Right.
Okay. Cool. So she's a partner at the big law firm, and you're looking to generate work or to get a job.
Actually, it's an interesting model. It's just to rainmake for the firm.
Oh, I get it.
In exchange for salary, as opposed to substantive work.
Great.
So you want to come in and work for me?
Yeah, but in that, see, it's not the model that I used is one where I'm not an employee per se doing substantive work, just rainmaking.
Yeah. So this is a marketing contractor. That's a
yes, something like that. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
You're gonna come in, get paid to generate work, and you're going to be like, dude, I'll pay you when you bring in work, right? Like it might sound like that, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Take us in.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. How are you? This is Paul Cremona.
Hi, Paul. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. So I see that your firm is one of the biggest firms in New York City, and I'm very well connected with the community. I was wondering if you were interested in entering into a deal where I would be rainmaking for your firm in exchange for salary, but not for doing substantive work.
Well, who are you? What are your credentials? I don't normally just have people call me up and say, hey, will you do business with me? So I would need to know a bit more about it because we have someone already. So I'm not sure where you would like.
Okay, is this person like marketing within the 5 boroughs of New York City already?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's good. Because that's where my contacts are. I'm community based. I influence the local communities that are doing work for mainly minority groups, Spanish-speaking day laborers, people that are on the fringe. And since your firm is a personal injury law firm, I figured that it will be a good match to bring those cases where there are people that don't necessarily have access to the court system.
So you want to bring me cases?
Well, that's basically, yeah, that's what the Rainmaker does. The Rainmaker attorney brings in the cases, brings in the business. And obviously, with some of these huge cases, like a labor law case where you can, have a catastrophic injury, it requires the services of a big firm like yours to actually work the case to verdict.
Yeah, and so why do you think that we should work with you?
Because I can bring value, and I know that, obviously.
How do we know that? Because people say they can bring value all the time. How do you know that you would be valuable to us?
Well, right now I have a caseload of 150 cases, and in fact, I'll be willing to, to outsource those cases to the right firm, given the reputation of the firm that that I really work with.
Where do you think that how do you think that you're aligned with our particular firm? Like, what do you know about us? Like,
well, according to the profile, you brought in about $1 billion in revenue in about 10 years because you have about 70 attorneys, and the categories that you have in your firm are specific to each particular area of law or of injury law. So that's why I think that it would be beneficial to have a marketing system where you have a consistent intake of new cases, perhaps from communities where you don't really operate. Because I notice you operate in the more like the union area, with unions and things like that. But what I'm offering is a niche community. It's a Spanish-speaking community that is not accessed very often because it comprises people that are not on the marketing front. In other words, they're day laborers.
So Paul, I can tell you, like, what I can do is I can talk to my partners, and if we feel like it's a good fit, I'll have my assistant reach out to you.
All right, sounds good.
You have a quick phone call, Bella.
Is it Mr. Callaghan?
No. It's actually a potential workers' comp case. It's somebody who works at the Turtleback Zoo, and she was bitten by a penguin on the toe, and she has a significant workers' comp case, she's saying.
Oh, this should be good.
All right, so can you take the call?
I can take the call.
Perfect. Okay. Yes, excellent, Paul. How'd that feel for you?
It felt good. Obviously, this is something that I've done before, and I was successful with one firm that took me on for a year as a marketeer, and my deal with them was that at the end of that year, they derived my salary back from my fees, some of the cases I've brought in.
Nice.
But there were other firms that were skeptical about it, and we didn't do business. So that was something that I kind of thought about, to bring to play into this group to see how it works out.
Yeah, awesome. Well, love hearing that. We'll talk more in a bit, see what the judges have to say. Sean, who would you like Bella to be?
All right, so let's do an ideal client. Somebody that is into health and wellness and natural approaches to a healthier lifestyle. And let's say we're at a yoga studio.
You.
This is my jam.
Yes, right on. There we go.
And what's the yes that you're seeking again? I'm sorry.
Just to see more information about what I do.
Okay, awesome.
Awesome. Hey, Bella, how are you?
I'm great, Sean. How about yourself?
I'm doing awesome. That was quite the 30 minutes there.
Yes, definitely. It was good though, much needed.
So I haven't seen you around here much. Is this one of the first times that you've been at this studio?
Yeah, this is, I'm new to the area, and so I'm checking out some different studios to kind of see, where I want to hang my yoga mat per se.
I like it. I like it. I've always found that, the community is just as important as the exercise and the yoga itself. So where are you coming from?
From Texas.
Texas. And what brings you here?
Just change of pace. I've been nomadic for the past year and figured that it was probably time I settled down somewhere.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, welcome, welcome. It's always awesome to meet new people here. What other things do you do? It seems like you're really into health. What else do you do?
Besides health, I pretty much just like work and travel. I love to travel and I work. And then when I'm not working, you can usually find me here at the studio.
Very cool.
My other work.
All right. All right. Do you do anything else in the health arena?
Not anything else in the health arena. My other career, something to do with something else.
Cool. Well, I'm sure that you've heard of the little yellow activator, right?
The little yellow activator. I think I've heard of it. Yes.
Very cool. So have you tried it?
I have not. No.
You haven't. What do you know about it?
I think I heard the name of it on a show one time with a group of people, but that's about it.
That's about it. Well, yeah. I can tell you, a lot of the people here, being into health, being into wellness, it's something that I think is on the cusp of being a breakthrough. Oh. And when I was first exposed to it about 10 years ago, we were on this journey with my wife, a health journey where we didn't honestly know if she was going to live. And we were just in search of how we could start upregulating and downregulating different genes in the body. Have you heard about how it upregulates and downregulates different genes?
I haven't, but this sounds very intriguing, Sean, and I'm glad that your wife is okay now.
Oh, I appreciate that. Let me ask you this: if I sent you a 5-minute ABC primetime video, would you take a look at it?
Of course, I would.
Awesome, awesome. What's the best way to get a hold of you? Text or email?
Definitely text.
Awesome. Well, I know you got to run. I've got to run, but I will definitely reach out here in the next day. Great to meet you and welcome to this area.
Great. Thank you so much, Sean.
Appreciate you.
This is fun.
Amazing.
Can I do this again with you next week, Sean?
Absolutely. All the time.
I was actually talking to the other Sean.
Oh, the boss Sean.
The boss Sean. Yes. This was so much fun. I'm asking if I can come back.
On the Real Raw?
Yeah.
No.
Is this my last day?
Your last day. You're fired.
Are you gonna fire me live in front of everyone? What? This is not a fun Friday. Does this mean I can now take off and have the next 25 minutes to go have a glass of wine before my next appointment?
No.
Or am I fired after the show?
You're fired after the show.
Oh, okay.
Right. So here we go. Let's start with Roger. Would you like to give some feedback, Roger? 30 seconds total. 15 seconds of work, 15 seconds on what could be optimized. And let's drop in, please, with Paul.
Yeah, sure. So with Paul, the impression that I got is he did his research. You continue to push a specific community that you served, which created value in that community in terms of being a point of access to that community. And then you showed your value by your involvement or your constant involvement over the years with that community. The only critique, and it's small, would have been maybe you didn't find out if she needed that service, or at least I didn't hear that. I may have missed that.
And your score for Paul is?
That part, what's the scoring like out of 10, out of
10? Yeah.
Out of 10? I'd say he was a 7, 8.
Nice. All right. Let's go.
Thank you.
Let's go. Don. What'd you have, Don?
So you want me to comment on Sean?
For Paul.
He just did Paul.
I just did Paul.
Wait, was that Don?
No, that was Roger.
Yeah, no, I'm saying so Don is now going to give feedback for Paul.
For Paul, perfect. So Paul, I thought that as you moved in, you got in real quickly without having a lot of rapport. And what I thought was interesting is later you came in and real strong. You had Hispanic market, you had markets that you owned. There were a lot of things that were really powerful about what was going on with you. I found myself thinking about the resistance that went up with, like, I don't even know if I don't, who are you? What the heck? And so it felt like there was kind of a standoffishness that didn't allow you to get your best work in.
And your score for Paul is?
I'd say a 5.
Nice. Thank you for that. Don, Lewis, please, what did you have for Sean?
Sean or Paul?
For Sean. Why? Yeah, for Sean. Yeah.
For Sean was the little yellow activator thing.
Yes.
I have no idea what the little yellow activator is. I completely missed that. Can somebody fill me in on that?
Yeah, so I didn't get into it. It was just a dangling carrot to move the conversation to the yes.
Oh, okay. So you wanted her to join whatever it was, some kind of yoga group, or is that what it was about?
So the goal was to get her to watch that ABC primetime investigative report that was done on it.
Oh, I see. And why would she want to watch? I mean, what's in it for you if she watches it?
So our company is based around the product that this investigative report was done. So it's third-party validation from somebody outside of our company that it does what it says that it does.
Okay. Is she getting paid for that, or that's just a voluntary reaction?
Just voluntary reaction. We have some people that they see value in it, integrating it into their health strategy, other people that want to join the business and share it with other people.
All right. I mean, did you ask her whether or not, I mean, this is something, I mean, is this an income producing thing once she, I guess I'm a little confused. I mean, I don't understand. So you want her to validate the product. Is that it?
I think his yes was to just have the longer meeting. So it's about assessing the feedback is about just assessing his hello to yes, not necessarily on the product, but assessing his hello to yes. So how well he built emotional rapport and got the yes that he was seeking.
No, I thought he did a nice job. You know, he was, to the point. He was succinct. He wasn't overbearing. I mean, he wasn't pressuring her to engage in the activity. He kind of left it to her own devices to decide what she wanted to do. I mean, I thought his approach was good. I mean, I would give him an 8.
Awesome.
All right. And Ashi, what did you have, please, for Sean?
I actually thought Sean had a great approach. He was very engaging, wanted to learn more about where Bella was from, and she's, obviously into health and wellness, and he had a value proposition, so the yellow activator, and that's just, all he wanted was for her to watch this video, which was great, not like shoving anything down her throat type of thing. And, the emotional component of how it saved his wife's life was a nice touch. Awesome. But it's also, tugs at your heartstrings. So yeah, I think you did great.
Thanks for the feedback.
And your score is?
I would give him a 9.
Nice. Excellent work. All right, Sean and Paul, you guys ready to have some more fun?
Absolutely.
All right. Under the table is a number between 0 and 10. All right, let's set it. Okay, Sean, what number do you think?
7.
Paul, what number do you think?
9.
Don, what number do you think?
4.
Don has the number 4. Bang. So Don, here's how this works. You, and by the way, I did not set that up. I never changed the number, right? So Don, if you like, you get to put me on the hot seat, like Sean and Paul were just on the hot seat, or on the spot, if you will, where I have to go from hello to yes on any scenario that you set. The only requirement is that the hello to yes is integrous. So we're not selling swampland in the middle of Phoenix. It's something that will be integrous, but it can be anything. I've been asked to be everything from presidents to selling lemonade on a street corner and everything in between on a hello to yes. So would you like to set that scenario, Don? Or would you like
I'd love to. Sure, Sean. Absolutely. Play with you. Yeah. So we've got a new coaching certification that we've just set up. We're really proud of it. Did some wonderful things to get it up in a way that we believe is very different than what's been offered in the coaching space where I've been for a lot of years. And the certification itself is about helping both the coach who is, may have never been trained. A lot of people call themselves coaches, yet what training do they have? Where do they really come from? Do they understand the processes? Can they really help get to the core of what people's needs and desires and really the actions that would be taken? Many trainers think they're coaches, and it's a different game. So we've gone after the certification. We're bringing people in to take the certification. It's a 5-day program, and it will, I believe, change the coaching industry. And they actually get 2 certifications in one. So I would like for you to figure out how to bring somebody into that who's a coach or who's not yet a coach, but has inclinations towards leadership, wants to work within their own organization as a leader who would be able to coach his or her team, employees, staff, group, right?
Yeah.
And so whatever that motivation is, it could be either of those. And the program itself would be coming up in July.
Awesome. So who, Don, would you like to be the person I am communicating with? Like literally on the screen here, yourself or one of the other fine folks?
How about, let's go with Bella Verita.
All right. Bella,
Can we
are
do
you
that?
ready to do this thing? Sure. And then,
I think she's played some games before with you. I think she's done some role playing. So I'm thinking she'd be a great role player.
Awesome. And who would you like Bella to be, herself or to play some other person?
I think she's a coach or somebody who's leaning towards being a coach.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, wonderful. So how about Bella, you're you, and we don't know each other.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So, hey, Bella, this is Joe, and I work with Success Coaching. And I think probably when I say that, you think that you're going to get sold something. Is that a fair statement, Bella?
Yeah, or that you want to coach me. Yeah.
Yep, of course. So understood. And I see that you're doing a ton of work with Unblinded, with Align Talent, where you're sourcing talent for people in sales, marketing, and business growth. I'm super impressed by what you do on the Real Raw. And a lot of folks are talking about the work that you're doing in the world. So it's a pleasure and honor to talk to you.
Thank you. And what is this call about?
Yep. So this call is about something you probably think you don't need, which is acceleration in your business and maybe some things that seem present but aren't present. So can I have 2.5 more minutes of your time?
Sure.
Okay. So your sure is telling me massive reluctance. I get it. But here's my question. What is the mission that you're currently working on? I know you're working with Unblinded. I know you're building Align. Those things I know because I've been, catching the Real Raw here and there. What's the ultimate vision for Bella?
The ultimate vision is I want to be the #1 talent and placement agency in the world that gives the best experience to talent and to clients when we make aligned matches.
Literally, I've never heard somebody communicate about recruiting in that way. So congratulations on your congruent uniqueness. Question though, when you're sourcing talent in the space, it's a very interesting time in the world. What do you think people want? What's the dynamic that causes people to want to work with you and Align?
Well, that's, the first question I've heard is like, what do I think people want? And, based on the, 10 to 15 micro interviews I do a day right now is, people really are looking for culture. A lot of people are wanting to leave where they're currently at because they don't enjoy the culture. There's not like room to grow and expand. And, we specialize in the startup space and we work with a lot of great companies that cause that's one of our criteria and companies that we work for. They're impact driven, such as companies like Unblinded. And so we find that people will leave. They'll even take half the pay to go somewhere that has a better work environment. And so as far as Align is in that, is that we attract all of our clients, like Unblinded, have exceptional cultures. They're very generous. They get generous compensations, generous benefit packages. And so we're able to really, truly match incredible talent, and the experience that we give for talent and the clients when we make the matches, because we actually stay with them during the onboarding process to make sure that they're all successful. 80% of our talent is still with their same companies a year later.
Wow. 80% in the sales industry are still with their companies a year later. I've never heard of anything remotely like that.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Bella Burrito before?
I have, but I didn't know you did that as well. Hit those numbers, extraordinary. So listen, I know we have like a minute to go.
Yeah.
So before or the 3 minutes is up. So my question is this: you've been around the influence space, I am presuming, for a while from some things I've heard.
Yeah.
And I've also heard Sean talk a bunch about how broken the space of coaching is.
Yeah.
Fair?
Fair.
Are you aligned with him on that topic or no?
Yes.
Okay. So what we're doing, and I know that it could seem that there could be some overlap, some friction points, but if there's any resonance to this, all I'm asking for is to have a 30-minute meeting to unpack. We're disrupting the coaching space, which I know is what Unblinded is talking about. It's doing in the coaching space. And we've created a program, though, that has a certification. And I don't think Unblinded has a certification yet. And I am confident that not only for yourself, but for the fine folks that are coming through your recruiting ground as salespeople, there could be an extraordinary alignment, because these folks are going to need recruiting services at different levels, right, as they grow and build, because most coaches, as you know, have no idea how to market and sell. And our program, while it solves some of those dynamics, I think there's a great fit here with what you're doing, number one. Number two, I think there's a ton that you can learn here as well, right? So, and I know that's a lot to absorb, and you've been through, and you're getting an immense amount from what you're doing with Unblinded and Sean. I'm clear and present to it. But I think in a half an hour, there may be some spaces and dynamics that you'll see how a revamping of what it actually means to coach, and how that certification can create leverage for Align, literally, and the people coming through Align. I think there could be something really meaningful. So if any of that resonates, right, I'd just request a 30-minute conversation. And I think at worst, there's business to be done anyway. At best, there could be something really powerful. What are your thoughts?
Joe, you said your name was, right?
Yes.
So Joe, this all sounds very interesting. Certification program does sound interesting. But my important question is do you certify unicorns? Because we call our sales agents unicorns, because we do find unicorns in the space of sales. So do you think you could certify unicorns?
We will potentially be open to creating the Bella Burrito Special Unicorn Certification Program in conjunction with Align. I'm half kidding, half not. But yes, you are a unicorn, a straight up rock star. And I would be thrilled and open to anything in the conversation if that resonates. 30 minutes. If it's not worth your time, tell everybody in the world I wasted your time. I promise I will have not done so.
Okay, sounds great. 30 minutes it is. Can you bring chocolate?
I will bring 2 boxes of chocolate and 1 unicorn.
Okay, fantastic. You got yourself a deal.
Thank you. Don, out of roll. Don, how do we do?
Oh my gosh, you knocked it out of the park. I loved the exploration. I loved it would not have been necessarily a natural fit. A lot of people wouldn't have found their way into that space to have the conversation. You kept opening up more possibilities, looking for bigger expansion of her mind. I thought it was brilliant the way that you brought it back to her alignment with her clients, and of course just really looking at just that you knew you could provide value. You knew there'd be something, and listen, if at a worst case, just exploring what we can do together. And I thought it was really well done. Yeah, excellent. Thank you, Sean.
Somebody like yourself, I am deeply honored and touched, and I mean that sincerely. The man, not only does what he does today, came from the world of working with Tony Robbins for Jim Rohn, in many ways, one of the absolute pioneers and certainly the Mount Rushmore figures, maybe not as heralded as some, but as amazing as any, Jim Rohn. So thank you so much, Don.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you. That was awesome. Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you. Bella, what say you? How'd that feel for you?
I am so excited about a unicorn certification. And I thought, like, I'm super excited for that. And, you know, what I think is brilliant, and I think is a takeaway for everyone here, is to acknowledge, like, when you know somebody's like involved in something else, to acknowledge that, because then it doesn't feel like I'm pulling you away from something or something is better than. So I think, like, and that is, you know, because Tony Robbins said there's nobody that leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy, and how you positioned that felt incredibly integrous, which I thought was brilliant. I think is a takeaway for everybody.
Well, thank you, Bella. And you are integrous and heart-centered and amazing and fun and crazy. So we appreciate you very much. So let's take it to seeing what some of these fine folks have to say about their experience here on The Real Raw. So I know, let's go, Don. How was your time with us today on The Real Raw? Any thoughts?
Yeah, it was brilliant, Sean. I loved the space that you're opening up, and that you give people this place to come and learn and experience. And then, you know, the way that you're contributing, I believe. And I actually, this last piece, I didn't know that was going to happen. I thought that was brilliant that you take on the role of, you know, bringing something of great value specifically for somebody in the room. I thought that was fantastic. Thanks for choosing me. I appreciate that. But I thought it was great to get these guys to explore, experiment, to play the game, and to be in there and give it their best, and to be able to take the feedback. And it's not easy. You know, nobody likes to put themselves on the line like that. I would acknowledge both Paul and Sean for opening themselves up, but thank you for letting me be part of that. It's really been an awesome journey today.
Well, thank you, and appreciate you spending the time and being here. I know everybody's time is valuable. And you know, yours as well, of course, Don. So thank you so much. Roger, how was your time with us today?
It was great. Sean, thank you so much for the invitation. It was great hearing the different pitches, the different stories, how they kind of architecturally designed the process and very methodically attacked it. I thought that was great. And then to see you do what you did was masterful, dude. I mean, the way you talked to Bella, the calmness in your voice, the way you acknowledged her, the way you spoke highly of her, you complimented her, which I think allowed her to kind of lower down her guard a little bit. And then the way you addressed the negative right off the bat was masterful. And that kind of took the sting away from it, where it let her kind of say, hey, yeah, that is something, but let me listen to this guy. So I thought that was great, dude. Great job.
Thank you. And, you know, and when we deal with objection dynamics, right? Every person we're communicating with immediately is forming impressions. See the work of many: Persuasion, Influence by Robert Cialdini, Blink, and all the studies cited by Malcolm Gladwell. We make microsecond split decisions. So people are concluding things right away. And so some people will be like, oh, no, don't say it, like avoid it. When you avoid it, you're out of integrity. It's like there's an energy present that's blocking the flow. There's no rapport, and we're talking into like a wall. We have to lean into what is. In this world, somebody like Bella, who's been around the world of influence as much as she has, instantly hears coaching, certification, and it's like, I'm getting schooled, right? So we got to lean into what we know people are thinking and feeling, or have a strong sense, because then we cause people to feel what Oprah Winfrey said. I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters to me, which is what Oprah professes is the reason she held the microphone for 30,000 people and became a multi-billionaire. So final, Roger, what's the big yes that you're seeking in the world? What's your yes that you're seeking?
Yes, that I'm seeking. That's a great question. You know, from a personal thing, just continuing to be good at what I do, helping my clients achieve the necessary things that they need, putting the client first. That's really what I'm looking for from that perspective.
Very cool. And what we always say is that people are here because they want more. Like, you don't come on The Real Raw unless you want more, and that more could be money, and or it could be time leverage scaling, and/or it can be magic, more impact, more breadth, more reach, more all of it, which is what Oprah Winfrey, Tony Robbins, they're still seeking more to this very minute, right? So sometimes people aren't seeking more. They're retired, they're done, they're enjoying themselves, and they want no more. They just want to be with what is, which is wonderful. No judgment. But as you're thinking about it, like what's a yes that would create the more you're looking for? I'm not asking if it's money, time, or magic. I'm not even asking, Roger. But what's a yes that you could be seeking? Like, you came here with like, I'll check this out. Like, it's interesting. Like, what's a yes that might cause acceleration for the more that you're seeking in life?
I came to this to kind of get a feel for what it is that, first of all, what it is that you guys were doing. I thought the video that I watched in showing how you kind of help people get better at what they do, that intrigued me. And then to see you take the time to invest in all these people and just the little compliments that you give here and there. To me, that was the yes that I was looking for, I guess you could say, just being able to see that happen.
Yeah. And with your clients, with any potential partnership dynamics, like yes, with these fine folks comes on the other side of first deciding what the yes is that you're seeking. So if I could share anything with you, Roger, it would be, you want to rise, you want to serve more people. I can hear it. You love people. You have a passion. Just be really clear what that yes is that you're seeking and where those optimal avatars that you can help are. And somebody is leading those people, and having a yes from those fine folks, like that's going to cause you to impact even more people. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Ashi, how was your day with us today?
It was awesome and eye-opening, and I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to be here and see what it's all about. I love the role play dynamic, and it's honestly really refreshing to know like this is so valuable in any industry, and we can always be better and improve, so we can give more to our families, our careers, our people we want to serve. So it's always good to challenge yourself, so it's great, and I hope to be back.
Awesome. Well, Ashi, appreciate you very much. Thank you for your time on this fun Friday. And let's go with Lewis. How was your time with us today, Lewis?
Yeah, let me just a few thoughts. Number one, I think I'll pass on the little yellow activator. Nothing personal there. But Sean, I applaud you as a professional in what you do. You're absolutely fantastic, and I understand why you are who you are. And I didn't know anything about you. Now I do. I think Bella, needs to get her own TV show. That would work for her. I think my takeaway here is it's like all about attitude, right? It's all about positive attitude, pushing the envelope, kind of moving things beyond your current state of affairs. I'm not a lot of folks are in the corporate world. I'm not. I mean, I'm a solo practitioner, so I'm not out there making sales pitches, every day of the week. But just today, I made a sales pitch. Just today, before I got on this program, I was pitching to a union representative to try to get their work.
Absolutely.
And, my website is linked up, and I happened to say to the guy, well, but, my phone's not ringing. So what's the problem? So we said, oh, well, let's, why don't you send us your brochure and we'll do like a mass mailing and maybe that'll get the phone to ring. So again, the takeaway was the positive attitude, moving to the next step, moving things forward, eliciting the response that you're looking for. And I think that's what the program was all about. And I think I can use that in my own professional life to try to seek those things that I'm looking for.
Well, love it, Lewis. That is a very kind offer by that union representative to send out the brochure. My proposal to you would be, instead of sending out the brochure, or in addition to, find out what the union member's biggest pain is. What is the largest pain and friction they have? And I'm going to guess that they're pretty unhappy. People are generally unhappy. And if you did a presentation in some way that would in some way assuage some level of their unhappiness. A virtual presentation of something, maybe it'd be about like how to hire a better lawyer. Maybe it would be about how they can, they're not going to accept positivity like off the bat. Maybe it would be something, how you negotiate a better deal on a car, right? How do you negotiate a better deal on a car? How do you deal with an estate planning dynamic? It shouldn't be something that's solely like, this is so some lawyer could sell me stuff, but it should be your legitimate pain point that they're having, and do a presentation on it, make it engaging, make it fun, bring people together. And from that, I guarantee you, your phone will ring. So,
okay. I appreciate that. Thanks, Sean. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go, Paul. How was your day with us today?
It was a great learning experience. It's, the practice of law has shifted from being a kind of a stuffy, kind of like uppity, practice, professional practice, to a more humble, what can I do for you? How can I serve you more? So I've taken care, to create that persona where, my clients can reach me 24/7 on my cell phone. They have my, my information. They can call me anytime and I can respond. And, I've taken that business approach, but now you bring it in like a hard approach where, okay, what more value can you add beyond, your legal skills and what you can do for these people in court? What can you do for them as a person? How can you help them in other ways that, that go beyond your law practice? And in order to do that, you have to like deconstruct yourself as a lawyer, because you have to be a pit bull in court. And now you have to be especially fuzzy wuzzy with your clients, because, you really want to reach their heart, and you want to communicate, and you want to add value to their lives.
Well, four energies that you can navigate with clients and adversaries in court. 4 energies: fun, aspirational, goddess, which is heart-centered, present, empathetic, heart-centered, present, empathetic, and Zeus, which is being hello to yes, certain, making decisions, right, with people. Yeah. And that dynamic with adversaries. I have 2 top 100 national jury verdicts, one of only 2 attorneys in the country at 1.2 million. Both cases were absolutely the federal judge in Arizona said this was the most contentious case. He's the head of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure Committee for the nation. This is the most contentious case he's ever been involved in 20 years, in his published opinion, one of his published opinions about the case. So we were absolutely crazy, right? Frenetic, but I'm always respectful, and matching and mirroring principles of influence. Until somebody's not respectful, you match plus a little and you reset. So that dynamic of needing to be a consistent pit bull, I'm never a consistent pit bull, but people know I'm going to drop a lightning bolt on their head in 2 seconds after the first time. And it opens listening, moves things through more fluidly on the right hand. On the left hand with clients, it's the same dynamic. We don't need to be different people. We can love people unconditionally, whether they're across the table on the same side of the table. And anybody across the table, we're just trying to bring them to the same side of the table and find alignment, adversary or not. So absolutely agree with you. Heart-centeredness is key. Heart-centeredness with a lightning bolt. The lightning bolt reserved for only when you need it. So great job, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate that. Sean, final. How was your day with us?
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. Our Platt years with Tony Robbins overlapped, and we actually got to hang out with you a little bit in southern France when your son was there as a guide for you. And, one of the things that stuck out to me, Sean, every time we interacted with you was how purposeful your concentration is on the person in front of you, and how truly you are engaged, and your heart-centeredness shines through every interaction that I've seen with you. And to me, that was the awesome part today too, is that I see the mission of this is truly to impact people to become better versions of themselves. And you're allowing this environment to help so many people. So thank you for being the person that you are. We appreciate you so much, and cannot wait to see how this journey with Unblinded unfolds for you.
Sean, thank you, brother. Platt brother. That was an incredible trip. I will someday tell the story. Tyler's right upstairs of what happened last night on that trip as we walked back, because we were heading home that next day. So it's a fun story. I don't know if you ended up in the club with everybody. I had my son there. I had my father there. Crazy final night in Monaco. But it's great to reconnect, Sean. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bella Verita, you're going to get a TV show, Lewis was saying. Final.
I like this idea.
Yeah, so what is your final, my friend?
My final is I think the team is going to drop a link in the chat. Hopefully, we have a gift for everyone here today, because you know what Sean unpacked, there is a formula, and there's a formula for more time, money, and magic. So definitely click that link, download that. And we want to invite everybody back on Monday night. Sean unpacks what the formula is, how you can have more time, money, and magic in your own lives. And, you know, some people don't want more time, money, or magic. Like, they're good. And so if that's the case, I probably wouldn't show up on Monday. But otherwise, we look forward to seeing you all back again. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. Listen, thank you all on a fun Friday. A beautiful energy, incredible group. Truly appreciate you. Sean, Paul, Don, Lewis, Ashi, Roger, Bella, as always, on behalf of Gina and the entire Unblinded team as well. You know, for all of us, that level of money, time, and magic is out there. There is a science and a formula that every single person has followed from the beginning of capitalism until today that dictate how much of it we have and how much of it we don't have. And the challenge, Bella, is that we are all blind
and just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Be good, everyone.